What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tech in 30. Super pumped up about our guest today, Vitali from reviewsonmywebsite.com. Really awesome platform that what I really like about it, it's not only a platform to generate reviews for your business, but also a platform to display them on your website. So really nice dual purpose software that we have here that's super easy to use, awesome for contractors, and really kind of pumped up to dive into the nitty gritty of it. Vitaly, man, thank you so much for coming on. Excited to learn a little bit more about yourself. Let's kick things off and just get a nice little intro from you here, bro.
Thank you so much for the intro, Chris. Super excited to be here. My name is Vitali, and I am the founder and CEO of Reviews on my website. Started the company in 2017, so it's been 8 years now,
Let's go.
as a side project while working at a full-time job elsewhere. And a few years later, it's just been where I decided to double down on that, quit my full-time job at the time, and never look back.
Nice, man. Awesome, man. Let's start from almost like the beginning here, then, Vitaly. So, what's like your background, man? Are you a programmer by trade, coder by trade? Like, what kind of got you started into almost being able to build platforms and softwares like this?
Yeah, great question. So I'm a self-taught developer. I learned how to build websites and HTML when I was in high school and started building websites for local businesses in my area, just like a side hustle, you can say. Went to university for a completely different thing, for mechanical engineering, and then surely enough realized it wasn't my thing. So decided to focus on what was working for me and what I was good at and was actually enjoying doing, which was building websites. And that kind of from there started building all sorts of projects on the side for businesses for myself. And one thing leading to another thing. I spotted an opportunity when I was trying to help a friend. She runs a local business, an accounting firm, and had those amazing Google reviews. I figured if only more people would see those reviews, she would have no problem getting way more clients for her business. And started researching is like how do you display some of those reviews from Google on your website? Once people visit, they can see them and pick up the phone and call. And surprisingly, there was no easy way at the time to make that happen. There may have been one or two services that provided a way to do that. Super expensive, not something most local businesses can afford.
Time.
And some of the other manual ways described in some blog posts were outdated and no longer working. So that's where the idea came up, and I thought to myself, there's got to be more people wishing there was an easy way to do that. So one thing leading to another, I hired a developer from day one and build the first prototype, I think within 3, 4 weeks. We had the first MVP version live.
Awesome, man. Sweet, man. And that, I think, like, in terms of what you say and like your insights on that side, man, like reviews are obviously so big for a business. I find when a lot of people, especially like in our industry, contracting, service-based businesses, like a lot of ways that people will make a final decision on who they're going with is just through, almost like window shopping. They look you up on Google, they look at your website, they're like, okay, do I vibe with this guy or not? Or they'll just look through like those GMBs where they have like the maps, all the customer hours, and then like the reviews there. And then if we're putting apples to apples here and someone has 45 5-star, 4-star reviews compared to someone who has 10 5 stars or even like 1 3-star in there, typically the person with the most reviews is going to win there. So, you working with that accounting firm, I think it was kind of smart to really see like, okay, she has a bunch of reviews here. Like, I feel like people need to see this, man. Like, when you think of that process, how was like bringing that idea to this firm? Like, were they receptive of it? Were they like your first test pilot on the software? Like, can you tell me a little bit about like that creation and ideation phase when it came to like working with that accounting firm?
Yeah, absolutely. I lit up with the idea right away. And while my background has been for the longest time, I was the one building and writing the code myself for most other projects I have built prior to that. And one pattern I've noticed with myself is that once I really enjoyed the building part. So when it was time to launch and market something, I was just like lose interest and move on to some other project, which is obviously not very sustainable or very unlikely to result in something successful long term. So with reviews on my website from day one, I decided I'm gonna hire somebody to do the development side so that I would be forced to focus on the marketing side, on the sales, and just the business aspect of that. And not only that, when you hire somebody, it's not only your personal time you're dedicating to it, but it's also paying someone. So you're that much more committed to seeing it through.
Absolutely.
And I think the company was very receptive. They were looking for ways to get more clients. So as soon as I came up with the idea, they were like, absolutely, we'll test it out, no problem. And that was the start of it. Once we had the MVP out, I started posting in blog posts that were already out there with the information that wasn't up to date anymore. I reached out to the authors. I said, we just launched this free service. We used to have a free plan at the time. It's like, would love if you could link to our site from your article or just mention it as a possible solution to share display reviews. And a few agreed. Most of them never got back to me. But within the first week of launching the MVP, we signed 2 paid clients
Let's go.
in the first week just by doing that and posting and kind of sharing it on social platforms. So that was enough for me as a proof of concept to know I might be onto something and just snowballed from there.
Sweet, man. And then I imagine too, like for us, like running a marketing company and doing a lot of stuff when it comes to like websites and web development, there's a lot that you learn within those first few clients, man. Like what were some of the things that I guess you kind of learned through this first client and then these second two, man? Like what were some things that you're like, okay, my product really needs this or it doesn't need this? Or trimming the fat, like what were like some of those learning things that you saw, like, okay, this is what we need to do to make like a really great product that people can actually use?
Great question. Don't even know where to start. I'm a big believer in using customer feedback, talking to customers, getting their feedback to help fuel the roadmap and decide what should we build next. Just because I think something might be cool or useful doesn't necessarily translate the business actually needing it or being able to use it so from day one, I was big on customer feedback. And I think for the first 2 years of launching, I was the only person reviewing and responding to all the questions and tickets from the website. At some point, it got a little too overwhelming with the amount of tickets I was getting, so I ended up hiring
Sure.
somebody.
Cool.
But for the first little while, it was only me doing that just because I wanted to stay close to this line of communication and know what are some of the questions and issues and suggestions our customers were having. And that really helped, I think, build a lot of the things that we have today and put us on the path of, okay, well, what should we build next? So that was definitely one of the things I think attributed to the success of the business.
Fresh, man. No, that's perfect there on that side, man. And then even like looking at some of these like features that you were figuring out, especially in the beginning, man. Now, if I'm like a home service company, not even necessarily just like construction, excavation, demolition, site work, but if I'm like an electrician, a handyman, a plumber, what are like some features, I guess, that this platform has that like we should be excited about? By the way, also love the name. Just reviews on my website.com is a killer name. Like it tells exactly what it does. Very similar to blue collar marketing. Like we are like, what's a name that just says exactly what we do? Reviews on my website.com, man, I think is bang on there, man. So that was a side thought. But in terms of again, like the features that I guess more service-based companies can be excited about, man. Like what do you find is like people are finding really successful on your platform here?
Yeah, great question. So the software started as a simple widget. It would aggregate all the reviews from Google, Facebook, Yelp, and a bunch of other platforms and provide business with an easy widget that they can add to their website to help showcase some of the amazing reviews they've gotten. Over the years, as we were collecting more feedback, talking to more customers, realized there was a lot of need for businesses to have an easy way to help them collect reviews from their clients. Just because what we have found, a lot of businesses are either shy to ask their customers for review, they either forget that and just something that they don't do. And as a result, their number of reviews is low, and that obviously affects their conversions, how high they're ranking, and so on. So that kind of fueled the development of the review generation side of the software that helps businesses like home service businesses, plumbers, electricians, to help automate the process of collecting reviews, make it as simple as possible for them. And the way that works, there's a couple ways to set it up. The easiest way, after the service is completed, the business owner would add their customer's information, their name, phone number, email into the platform, and our system will send them a review request on behalf of the business. With this review request, there's a few additional things that come with it. We found that a lot of the customers don't usually review or leave a review the first time they're asked.
For
It takes
sure.
a few times, a few reminders. So with our system, we automate the entire process. We send a follow-up reminder a few days after the initial request, and then another one a few days after that, reminding them to leave a review. And not so surprisingly, usually the first and the very last reminder are the ones that result in the most amount of reviews.
Time.
So the software helps automate this entire process so the business doesn't have to worry about following up with them, reminding them. As soon as somebody leaves a review, the campaign is paused and there's no more reminders sent.
Nice, man. Yeah, I think it's nice having that whole thing automated too, man. I've talked to, many contractors just through the work that we do, man, and even for our own business, asking someone for a review is like, oh yeah, no problem, no problem. I got you. I'll do it tonight. I'll do it tonight. And that never happens. I'm guilty of it too. Even if I get out of an Uber and I say, give me a 5-star rating, I'm like, I got you, buddy. And then you forget about it,
Yep, yep.
So it's like having that system, I think, that just reminds them gently every single time is great. And like based off like the pricing of your website, which we'll get into a little bit later here, like a lot of people have incentives for generating reviews with their employees. Like they'll pay an employee $50, $100 per review they can get, and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Not only does it save them money on incentive programs for that, but also too at the same time, like if you're comparing a business with 50 reviews compared to a business with no reviews, like the business with 50 reviews works every single time. So, like the
Mhm.
ROI on something like this, I think is really high, and it's nice that you guys have nailed it down on kind of like a two-way system. Not only the review requests in terms of like the SMS, the email stuff, but also to putting it on the website, I think is awesome there. Like when it comes to a contractor or even a person who is managing their own website, like how easy is it just to add one of these widgets to the site? From what I see, it looks pretty easy. It's like an embed code, but can you kind of go on the process of like how do I actually get the reviews displayed on my website here?
Absolutely. So the first step is you would connect all the review platforms that your business has already collected reviews on. So let's say you have Google reviews and you have Facebook reviews. You would connect those two platforms to reviews on my website, and our system will aggregate and import the reviews from these platforms into the dashboard. From there, you would simply create a widget. We'll give you a ton of different options to customize it, to make it, to style it however you like, from colors to different layouts to different. You can decide how many reviews you want to showcase in each widget. And then from there, we provide you with a simple code. Just copy paste it into your website platform. And whether it's WordPress, Squarespace, Wix, or any other platform, you would simply paste the code, save it, and it'll appear on your website.
Cool. So nice and smooth, man. I feel like anyone that has login details for their website can do it, and if not, they can get a developer to do it there. But like makes it nice and easy. There's no like API or crazy stuff there. You just embed it and put it there, man. That's awesome. Sweet,
Exactly.
man. So before we kind of dive into, I want to kind of give the viewers here an ability to kind of see the platform, how easy it is to use, and some of the things that you have on there, man. Kind of going back to the features of the platform, man. Is there anything that people should be excited about that's on the roadmap coming up soon, or something just in general that you're excited about with like the platform? Anything on that type of note there, Vitali?
Yeah, absolutely. With the whole AI ChatGPT boom, it's been very popular lately. So we have incorporated AI into our platform in a way that helps local businesses manage their reviews. And I'll give you an example. When it comes to reviews, it's very important to obviously have a high rating, have as many reviews, positive reviews, in terms of volume. However, it's also important to respond to reviews that you're getting, both positive and negative. And a lot of the times, a lot of businesses struggle with that part because what do I say? How do I respond? How do I stay diplomatic without um, aggra- aggravating the situation if somebody
For sure.
was not happy for whatever reason, right? So what we do with the help of AI is we help businesses suggest a response to any given review, both positive and negative. So they can click simply suggest response. Will generate a personalized response to that specific review, and they can either make changes, generate a new one, or if they're happy, they can simply click respond and it will be posted directly to Google.
Nice. There we go. Sweet. I find too with like the AI boom and bubble and stuff, man. Like there's so many ways to make people's lives easier on that side, man. Like sometimes there's the tedious stuff like, oh fuck, man, I gotta respond to 50 or 10 reviews today. It's gonna take me all night. Like to have like ChatGPT or one of the models, GPT or Gemini in there, I think is that's like a nice cool addition to the platform, you know, just making things as simple as possible.
Absolutely. To answer your question, one of our things on our roadmap is introduce more automations, and that includes having a way to automate responses. So right now, while we suggest a response, you still have to approve it and click
For sure.
respond. Soon, we'll have the ability to set up rules. So for example, if it's a positive review, let our system respond automatically within a set period of time. And for example, if the review is negative, it'll be sent to you before responding, so you have the opportunity to respond yourself, for instance. With that said, we're planning a lot of other integrations with other platforms, such as Jobber, Home
Nice.
Service,
Cool.
CRMs, to help streamline the whole process even more and make the life of our clients easier.
Let's go. Okay, money man. Yeah, as soon as you can get like the CRM integrations too, you know, it's already easy enough, I imagine, to import like a sheet of the customers, like a lot of Jobber, House Call Pro, Service Titan, like you could export those, but to make it like nice and easy when basically when the job's done or whatever, like it gets sent right to your system, I think would save people a lot of time, you know?
Exactly. And that's what we're trying to do here.
There we go.
Make it as simple as possible and make them save time without.
Absolutely. Beauty man. Then without further ado, man, I would love to kind of see a run at this platform, man. I'll have you share your screen here and we can kind of just take a look through in terms of reviews on my website.
Sure.
And just take a nice little sneak peek here, brother.
Absolutely. Let me just share my screen. Awesome. So this is the dashboard that the business would see once they sign into their account first thing. In this, since it's a test account, I already connected Google reviews. So here on the dashboard, we see an overview how many reviews the business has been getting on Google, average star rating, a little activity feed showing when each review has been received. We support, I believe, just over 40 different review platforms at the moment.
Jeez.
So if the business has reviews on Home Advisor, Thumbtack, or any of the other platforms we support, it's as easy as clicking connect, entering the link, and our platform will do the rest. I'll show you what the widgets look like. Here's an example of one of our carousel widgets. It's essentially 3 reviews like this. Everything is customizable from how many reviews show up. You can select a few other layouts. So for instance, this is another popular one. It's just a list of reviews. Another one would be the grid, displaying them in multiple columns depending on the screen size. Since all widgets are responsive, it'll just adjust depending if it's a mobile screen or a desktop screen. And one of my favorites is a flash widget that would show up and follow the user on the web page like so, and just rotate through reviews. Once the person on the website clicks on it, it'll expand, allowing them to scroll through all the different reviews the business has. And then some of the optimization options include, for example, you only want to show, let's say, 5-star reviews. You can simply select this. And once you're happy, simply click embed, copy the code we provide into your website platform. And once it's there, the widget will appear on the website.
Fresh. Awesome, man. And that's nice. That's nice and smooth too, as well, man. Because like there's like the easiest integration for anyone to do. Like a simple embed code is as easy as it gets there. So you don't have to install a plugin, don't have to install another separate application. Like I think that's sweet. And the fact that you guys style it on the back end here rather than, you know, people messing with like a bunch of code stuff on their website to try and make it look pretty. So that's cool to see.
Absolutely. Everything is customizable. In this example, these are our badges. So instead of displaying the actual reviews, it's a badge that shows an average rating as well as how many reviews the business has. And there's a few versions of that as well. And everything in the appearance from background, color, fonts can be customized to match the rest of the website.
Awesome, man.
When it comes to collecting reviews, I will show you what the feedback funnel looks like. So this is it by default. The business can again customize, upload their logo, change some of the wording if they'd like. So by default, when a business's client, customer lands on this page, they'll be asked to leave a review on any of the platform the business chooses. There's also a link. Let's say somebody didn't have a great experience, they can click, and then our platform will ask for feedback that will be then sent to the business owner, giving them the opportunity to reach out to the customer and potentially try and fix whatever problem came up, helping turn a negative experience into a positive one. We'll show you the autoresponder. Autoresponder is essentially a campaign. So whenever a customer is added into the platform, their name, email, and phone number, they'll be added to this campaign, which is fully customizable. All the requests can be updated as well as the delay when they're sent. So for example, this is an example of a SMS request. The text can be updated. The business can also upload a little image or logo to make it more personalized so the customer knows exactly who is texting them. And similarly with the email, they have full control over what the email looks like and the text and so on.
Let's go.
I will show you. We also have QR codes. This is a more recent thing we introduced. This is especially helpful if the business has a storefront, for instance, where customers visit them. So while they're making a payment or waiting in the reception area, they can simply scan the code and they'll be redirected to the feedback page I just showed. And there's also the ability to generate a flyer that they can simply print, just like so, as well, making it super easy for somebody to leave a review.
Go, man. Yeah, QR code makes it nice and easy. I see a lot of there's like so many stuff on like AliExpress, Alibaba, like they're like little printout things that allow you to put in like a QR code, like super popular, I think, for like restaurants and places that have like a lot of foot traffic. Like this would be a super easy thing to kind of like combine with that approach there too. That the fact that you guys can create QR codes, that's awesome.
For sure. Yeah. Thank you. This page, on the reviews page, we essentially display all the reviews that have been from different platforms. From here, the business can easily respond to reviews. So I'll give you an example. Suggest response. Our system will generate a personalized response to each review. You can see we mentioned the reviewer's name, make it directly addressed to them, and mentioning some of the things they say in the review. And one other thing I will quickly show you is our social share functionality. I'll pick a longer review here. For example, this one. Now, a lot of businesses, some have social media presence, Facebook, Instagram, but a lot of the times they struggle to figure out what do I post online,
For sure.
right?
Big time.
Our platform makes it super easy to help with content. And the way we do that is with a click of a button, we can turn any of the reviews into an image that they can simply customize again, however they like. And then once the platforms are connected, they'll be able to share this image directly to their social media channels from the dashboard. So that this helps them keep the content fresh on their channels, increase exposure and engagement, and bring more customers back to their business eventually.
Let's go, man. Those are like easy stories to make too, and easy posts to make too as well. So that's mint, man.
One of the things, like I mentioned, since we're focusing on automations, one of the things we'll be doing as well is setting up automation to help share those reviews to social media automatically. So once you get a positive review, you can automatically have it shared to your Instagram and Facebook, for instance, so that this way you don't have to manually do anything.
Time. There we go. Just make it easy breezy, man, to save some time for these folks here.
Exactly.
Beauty of Italian. Well, this looks money as a platform, man. Now, like as we're kind of coming to the end of the session here, man. Like if I'm a service provider and I want to get in contact with you guys, get this purchase, man. Like how do I do that? I know you guys got some pricing options that are nice and affordable there, man. Like how do I actually get this started with you guys?
Absolutely. Reviewsonmywebsite.com is the website. We offer a free trial, no credit card required. So you can simply click get started free, and it will walk you through a few steps to help you get onboarded and set up. If you need help connecting reviews, installing your widget, setting up your campaigns, we're always available. You can simply click book a demo, fill out your information, and myself or somewhere else on the team will be happy to get you set up and answer any questions you have.
Go, man. Awesome, man. Well, appreciate Vitaly, man. This looks unreal there. And I think if you could just go back for a second, I just want to show the folks here just like the pricing. Like having a free trial makes this almost like a no-brainer in my eyes. But if you go to that pricing page there, for everyone looking at it, they have two kind of premium plans right now, from $9 to $50 a month. And if you are doing any type of incentive program with your employees, or just know the value of reviews for your business, like this is a no-brainer in my opinion. Like $50 for 1 to 2 5-star reviews every month is already pays in itself, because then you're going to have something that just looks a lot better than the competitors there, man. So am I correct there, Vitaly? We got the starter and the growth plan are the two ones here.
You got it. Yep.
Amazing.
So the starter would include primarily just the widgets. So you can get started with displaying reviews. Growth plan is for those who want to start collecting more reviews from their customers, and would include all the automations I showed you and the ones we'll be bringing up in the future.
Sweet, man. Okay, perfect, man. Well, this looks wicked, guys. If you are a contractor, service provider, or someone who just wants to get more reviews on your website, definitely would recommend reviewsonmywebsite.com, not only because it has a cool domain name, but because just knowing Vitaly here personally and the platform running through it, it looks like something that would be a definite value add for your business. So check them out at reviewsonmywebsite.com. Get started with the free trial and test out the platform and see if you like it. Vitaly, man, thanks so much for coming on the podcast today. Learned a lot here and really excited to kind of see you grow here in the future.
Thanks, Chris. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you guys for checking out another episode of Tech in 30, and we will check you on the next one.